specific. I don't think that's going to be possible this game, as TB, he starts out on 9 armor, so he's already almost the same armor as that Wraith King was.
Yeah, he's good already. I'm probably seeing, Ghost Scepters and Greaves and stuff like that come out just to buff people up. And here we go, game 1. Best of 2s here, group stage for the Dream League Season 21 as we get ourselves out across the map. Already early vision put down by Entity. Up at that top river spot. Liquid keep their one hidden as well. And we've got almost a full squadron in the mid lane as a 4v4 lining up, looking for battle.
Yeah, both teams kind of just poking around here. Boxy doesn't want to go all the way in here. He was running down bottom, trying to go into the Radiant jungle, but as they didn't see anyone yet, he didn't decide to go deeper in. And we have a little bit of a pause coming out here as something is bugged. Is it the chat wheel that's bugged? Chat bugged?
I don't know.
You need your chat wheels, it's important.
Yeah, Amar spams the Zeus ult now and immediately chat bugged. Amar needs his chat wheel lines.
Zeus ult now. It's a good one to have in every game. Very applicable to all scenarios in Dota.
He's one shot. Go get him, please. Let's finish him off. It looks like they're going to have to reconnect as well. Yeah, in that mid lane, Nisha up against this Stormer Primal Beast. Void Spirit. How's he sitting now? Because we had a dominant period of Void Spirit, then a lull when he got nerfed a bit. Is he back in action?
Yeah, I wonder. We'll see what Nisha can show us here, because Void Spirit, of course, he was at some point like 5.8 damage per level. Now he's 4.8. He got nerfs towards his stats, and I feel like his base abilities are just so nerfed overall now. Like Aghanims used to be broken on him, but now it doesn't feel as strong as it used to be. So I guess he's just gonna show his intention in the quick buy, though. It's gonna be boots, bottle, the standard stuff, but then he's got the Echo Saber queued up here after Power Treads. So it's just going to be a right-click build. I feel like Void Spirit is pretty out of the meta overall, but it fit well in this game. They wanted one of the Spirit Heroes mid to deal damage to TV.
Yeah, have some one-hit kill action going on. Already, Onslaught onto Mickey. Drops low, but Phantom strikes away. Blood Grenade a little wasted there as well. And Storm is going to throw his toys out of the pram in the mid lane. Upset they couldn't really connect on him.
Slightly uncomfortable for the PA, though, having to skill Phantom Strike instead of Dagger. You kind of want it on level 1, but he's going to be fine. Get himself to safety there. We'll
already burning a Tango.
Yeah, bit of harassment. I see bottom Fishman trying to fix the lane here as they connect.
I guess all sorted. But yeah, having like one-hit kill heroes like PA and Void Spirit who can just obliterate someone in the duration of a roar is something that Entity are going to have to keep on their minds. Be very wary of. As Watson keeps himself out of the Illuminate. Blood Grenade and Missile from Fishman and a lot of damage onto Zai. He's got axes back up, but the right clicks just keep on coming. Pops his stick and backs into the trees, turns and kills. Boxy grabs up the kill on TB. Now Fishman. Oh, he's out in the open. No man's land. Body blocked up for a second, and Zai with the axes comes back in. They've got him. Fishman is going to die. No more regen to use. Taken down, and a double kill for Boxy. The old man on the horse gets it done.
I mean, that's extra bad because you used Metamorphosis for this. This is what TV is supposed to be good at in laning stage. You use meta, dominate like 2-3 creep waves, and then you're like fine, just reset from there. But this was a really deadly blow, and Boxy showing his prowess here on the Caudal as well. Good positioning and constant right-clicking from this fast old man on his horse. This is gonna get him some advantage too. Get early regeneration sent out.
Yeah, early level 2 as well, so you've got that chakra now available to you. More illuminates, more axes, more spam. I'm just thinking if Entity had got to level 2 before that engagement starts, you're dealing with reflection and that wave of terror that we were talking about. Could have been much nastier and a totally different story, of course. Now things calm down a little bit.
I'm surprised that they didn't go for the wave of terror reflection route, spamming those 2 spells instead, but the magic missile, of course, useful for the rune control earlier as well.
And there is Stormer and Nisha picking up their respective runes. Currently 12 and 4 for the Stormer Beast, 9 and 2 Nisha Void Spirit. I don't want to say he's struggling just yet, but he's taking a bit of a beating from the trample already.
I feel like this is a bit of a Primal Beast favorite lane, just because of the high damage he has. Void Spirit, shouldn't struggle super bad. It's not, like, horrendous, but stopping the Primal Beast from getting lasted is going to be very hard, whereas Primal Beast can find some cheeky denies with his big lasted damage instead.
I'm sorry, is that courier an error for everyone else's? I can't click on it. That courier that is an unclickable courier for Nisha. Yeah, by the tier 2. Yeah, it is for the observer as well. Oh god. I hope the players can see it.
He's hacking.
Because we did have that, was it the Woodchuck Beaver courier that you couldn't click on properly before? That was a fun little one.
I didn't know that there was one like this even. Nope. I mean, oh, wait, has it upgraded? It's normal. It's the Aghanim's donkey.
Oh, interesting.
Huh. I wouldn't have expected it to be the Aghanim's donkey, but you know. Oh, mid lane going deep here.
Yeah, diving by tier 2. Down bottom, they are playing into this metamorphosis with the axes in the blinding light, but Zai will still die. The dive mid is cut short. The Stormstormer just drags the wave back to the bounty rune. There's even action happening down bottom and top, but at the same time, Muerta's going to throw out that calling. Liquid just going to toe the edge of the line there, make sure they're kept away from danger.
Close, but he's fine maybe. Oh. He has magic stick. Yeah, he's fine. He's just pushing his limits here. Always limit testing.
Yeah, Lotuses and Wands. He's going to come back in and try and make Watson a little more uncomfortable with Insania's arrival. Illuminates off the mark, but they've got a blood grenade and a bit more physical damage coming. Not enough to take down Watson until the axes. They reach that nice little pinnacle there.
Yeah, this is also such a good way to deal with the Terrorblade. Like, they really identified how they should draft against this. Boxy, careful, gets self-cancelled.
Yeah, the Fishman are hiding in the trees while up atop Kataomi. Gonna get whacked around, slowed down, but is by his tier 1 for safety now, and Fishman does die in the end. Zai continuing that dive with Boxy, being bullied back by ogres and kobolds and creep waves now. It's not been comfortable for Entity this first 5 minutes.
No, the laning stage is like mid lane is the only lane that's really feeling good for him right now. They're 10 CS ahead on the Primal Beast, and once he gets to level 6, I think his impact is gonna start swinging in to the side lanes as well. But for now, this bottom lane is not looking good for them. TB does have good farm though, I should say. Despite, you know, dying twice, he's got 23 CS, so he's not necessarily falling behind. It's just that Zai is gonna get his early Vanguard here.
Yeah, I mean, Watson even in net worth with that P8. Like you say, even with a couple of deaths, still doing pretty well. Zai's going to be an uncontrollable force down here, though, in a minute.
Top, they're trying to go. Nice Sprout.
Yeah, good catch onto the Prophet. Mickey jumps back in. They've got 3 up here, Entity. Can't find the takedown on anybody. Now the turnaround with Boxy's arrival. Kataomi, 9-1 charges, still in a bit of trouble, but they turn onto Mickey's PA now. Lacking the damage, he blurs it back. Kataomi dead in the end to Boxy, but Mickey's still going to fall under his tower. Fishman and Omar, they get the job done in the end. And who's this coming back? Is it Nature's Prophet TPing in for another bout of battling? He sprouts Omar, but things will come to a close.
I was so close to Boxy getting one more kill there, but Fishman sidesteps in good time. Stormstormer on the other hand, look at him. He's going in and stealing some of these valuable stacks here. Ooh. The Dire have worked hard to set up. Doesn't get all of it, but gets the majority. Only I leave 2 Pancones here for Nisha to find.
And Nisha's like, what the hell, man? These are meant to be mine. And then he blocks his own camp on the walk back as well, sadly.
Yeah, that's
Stormstormer.
Bit unfortunate. Stormstormer, yeah, exactly. He's looking towards bottom lane, but good positioning by Zai. He knows he's not going to overstep here.
They saw the Watcher. They'll see with these 2 Observer Wards now. And key components here for Liquid's early game. These 2 Obs Wards kind of angled from mid down to bottom. The natural route that Stormstormer's wanting to use. All under vision. And
Stormstormer just buffed that ward by cutting the trees.
Yeah, they saw that smoke, right?
Yeah, they saw it. Yeah, because of the trample cutting down the trees, the smoke was revealed. So Zai should be completely fine here. Boxy's pretty fast too.
He's still going to get clipped by the onslaught. And now we'll get that good bit of control onto him with the magic missile following through. But here comes Liquid. Reinforcements arrive. They've traded out their Kotl and they want a couple of kills. We'll see if Fishman dies to the Hawk and the Boar as the Primal Beast getting a bit of distance. Looks like he's out to safety. Revenge not going to be so lucky. Continue Zai's spree.
A little bit of split focus there by Liquid. They could probably have punished Stormstormer harder, but Zai thought that the Primal Beast was gonna die there to 2 heroes focusing him down, but gets out, so not losing that much on the side of Entity for going this deep.
We've had so much focus on bot lane and mid lane, a bit of fighting up top a minute ago, but Amar has been sitting up here doing very well for himself, and even the net worth of all 3 cores of Entity looking pretty good as Kataomi.
First Doom.
Great move there with a dead shot, pushes PA back in, allowing Amar to get the Doom and the kill. Even tips the PA as she dies, and now Amar is going for more. Level 3 Scorched Earth, diving Insania, does have TP available, and the stuns, it's there. Kataomi angles it perfectly.
He has Inferno Blade now too. He can't TP out.
You're right. Oh, but he can sprout and he can try and run. Can you hide from Amar the Finder? He's coming for you. Nisha will be here to try and rebuff the aggression. Oh, the shot misses. Good attempt from Kataomi, but not quite onto the target he was looking for. And now Amar continued to be gone on. PA and Void Spirit. No stuns, right? So the TP out, successful.
What a stand-in, man. This is a strong play by Amar. Starting out the game really well here with Vanguard. That was a lot of space created as well, even though he didn't get the extra kill on the Nature's Prophet, forcing the mid come top and then just going back to base, get full HP, and he's gonna come back and run straight at PA again. And this is what I like about the new Doom as well. Doom, like, a lot of people don't like Doom because of the change to his ulti, but it's such a guaranteed kill. And actually, Mikke is too far out.
Yeah, Stormstormer's here. Way too far forward. Insania TP's in to try and get the Phantom Strike away, but it's not quite fast enough. And Stormstormer, so incredibly tanky. This Primal Beast, no bother. Diving under tier 1 here and look for the bonus kill. A little cherry on top there for Amar to get the double. And this Doom, now top of the net worth, I think starting to get a little out of control.
That's gonna speed up his Midas so much, getting these extra kills. 3 kills in a matter of just 2 minutes there. Meanwhile, Terrorblade, you know, in bottom lane, disappearing, going into jungle. We are expecting this bottom tower to fall when Beastmaster takes over here. I think the big power spike for Liquid is going to be when they play around this Beastmaster Aghanims later on. The Aghanims is going to be, you know, when he basically ramps up all his damage output. It was nerfed against Illusion Heroes though. It doesn't auto-win against Terrorblade anymore. You don't heal as much from Illusions as real heroes.
It's in a good place now. I also got a whole mid lane. Nisha. Maybe a bit overzealous there, going for Fishman. Nearly had the kill, but with the control that Entity has, they break through the Void Spirit, no worries. And Boxy and Insania, these two supports, you know, offering a lot of mobility and damage, kind of lacking in the control department outside of Sprout.
Yeah, they don't have the greatest ways to set up ganks. Like, Nature's Prophet is nice for TPing in and helping out, but someone else has to do the disabling, and that's where we have the difference on Entity. Like, the Murta provides so much for locking down Void Spirit. A silence and a stun, it's just fantastic. Or a fear, I guess. It's as valuable as a stun.
That's incredible. And then you look at Amar, he's farming enemy stacks. They've got ancient stacked galore, like quad stack ancients. They've cleared out the large camp, I think, with the Primal Beast already. It's going to be Stormstormer heading into Blade Mail quickly.
Both teams are focusing up on the ancient stacks. We have Zai starting out to farm them himself on his Beastmaster, so he's going to work towards that Aghanims like we mentioned, and we might see a rotation come out here by Entity as well soon. Perhaps just keep farming towards that Blade Mill. They do find the ward finally.
At long last. That little bit of pesky vision. But yeah, it seems like a Midas game here, Waga. Doom's got one. TB, I think, is just having his delivered. There it is. So Entity kind of angling for that scaling and ramping up later on into the game. Try and weather the storm with Liquid's aggression, which they've done a very good job of so far in the first 11 minutes.
Yeah, the Midas and TB, I'm not a fan of personally. I think the hero relies so much on his key item timings early on to be able to take all the buildings and use the meta to really take down like tier 1 and 2 towers. But yeah, they are gearing to just be happy and scale. And against Liquid's draft, it makes sense. Liquid, we said it, they are a tempo draft that want to, you know, take over early and just win. But Entity, they are just holding the game with the Stormstormer, Primal Beasts, and fighting around the Kataomi Murta a lot. Top again, we see the same kind of goal here. No way for Insania to really show on the map right now.
Yeah, absolutely no chance. That's a difficult one for him. Look at Watson waiting in the trees down here. Maybe pretending that he's already dipped back into jungle and allowing Stormstormer to get an angle onto Zai, who is just obliterated by the trample. They do have Nisha coming onto Watson, though. The TB low, but Sunder's back. Kataomi, he's going to be a bit of a sacrifice here for the HP anyway. Not going to get taken down, and Nisha has skipped away from danger. But another move from Entity, really just undoing everything Liquid's attempting on the map.
Yeah, great counter ganks by them. They're reacting really well. They're moving a lot of heroes for this, but still they're maintaining lanes in a good balance and they're staying ahead in farm. So Liquid not coming in swinging as hard here as we expected with their, you know, the way that they rafted into this game. And I wonder, you know, when are you gonna see the Void Spirit really start to shine? He hasn't been in a single kill yet.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and even this PA, Orb of Corrosion, going for that kind of earlier laning stage brawling kind of build. Now going back to Battle Fury naturally. But there's a lot of scribbling here from Boxy on the map. Lots of lines and demarcation going on, saying, okay, don't cross over the river. We just sit back on our side, get a couple of these key items, then go for a big hit somewhere.
Yeah, because Entity's counter gank with Primal Beast in the team is too strong. If you fight close to the tier 1 towers, you're always gonna get just charged up and grabbed. So playing a little bit more defensively here, Liquid wanna fall back on the fact that they do have a PA, get her some farm, but she's trailing behind right now. There are 3 cores that are 2,000 gold ahead of him, 3,000 gold even for Doom. Like, this is gonna be a rough one.
Attempt to move top though. Katoami caught out with the Aether Remnant and Illuminate. Still alive, but with Insania there with an Urn Charge, will take him down eventually. Rotations arriving now for Entity though. Blowing that will push Stormstormer back a little bit, but he's got the Onslaught to close the gap in towards Boxy, and the Pulverizer's there to catch him out. Amar hopping and skipping with the Tumbler's Toy, and grabs up Boxy here, so another swift kill. As Nisha will TP out.
All division?
Oh, they see. Oh,
no, that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
Oh wait, yeah, it's not enough, right? He's kind of low, but nah, he's not dead.
Insane is like, do you need me?
You want one auto attack from Nature's Prophet? Is he actually dead? Nah, he's so close, man.
Oh,
this shot!
Katomi snipes him. Oh, get done in. And now Stormstormer's moved forward. Oh, it's just relentless from Entity. They've caught out this Nature's Prophet. Fishman and Katomi can now come forward, aggressively moving in towards this mid-tier 1.
I mean, that was so greedy not going base, though. He ran for the rune top. He saw that arcane rune. He wanted to go for it and, you know, try and get his potential to get back into the game in a nice way, but that just shuts him down even more. He could have lived there if he just ran base.
A little bit greedy. One of the
a little bit. A wee bit.
Ball refills a little bit.
6,000 gold lead right now. I mean, we said it before the series that we expected, you know, Team Liquid to be a little bit favored going into the matchup. But like I said, Entity, they can play fantastic when they are playing at their peak. They are definitely an A-tier team. And, I mean, this start, they have so many resources. Look at the gold graph. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. Just spiraling upwards. Amar is having such a chill game as well. 3-0-4 on this Doom. Closing in on 10k net worth. 15 minutes in as an offlaner. And there is Octarine Core, Hand of Midas.
Yeah,
what a build.
The dream for Doom, getting those items early and being ahead. I mean, you know, you get these items early, but your team is like dying all over the place. That would be a kind of meh feeling, but right now Amar is feeling so confident, and they don't really need to change up too much about their playstyle. They're doing a good job making moves around with their mid laner and the supports together, whereas the carry and the off laner can farm up a lot. Amar thinking about joining the smoke, but I like not to. I like that you can join the smoke now, even if you're not there in time. It's
so
a really
nice.
good feeling.
Having that little bit of leeway. Well, they do scan.
Oh boy, Mickey.
Spot a bother up here. It disappears. Usually we've seen these PAs. Yeah, usually it's PA that's making people vanish. Mid lane is cleared out. Tower there for Zai, but in comes Amar and Katomi. Looking at Nisha, roar to Amar with the Illuminate over him. That's a lot of damage. Clearing out the Doom, and Zai with his Aghanim Scepter up. A confluence of items from Liquid here. Echo Saber, Void Spirit, Aghanim is on this Beastmaster. They do get a double kill for Zai as Watson's being eyed up. Aether Remnant not landing means they can't continue.
This is big for Liquid though, punishing the overconfidence a bit there. Entity, they didn't want to let go of anything, but mid tower had already fallen, trying to go in and get the Doom there on the Void Spirit, who had an illusion ready. Used the illusion, and you could see him fake casting the ulti several times on Doom. He wasn't sure which one is the real one. Can I use it? Should I use it? But ultimately, they just overstepped a bit. As they just made that gank top, it's hard for him to react mid as well.
Yeah, they were pretty deep up top, like Stormstormer. He's still up there farming through camps. That gives, yeah, like you say, a lot of breathing room for Liquid. And get a pretty vast amount of territory that they can take over here.
Yeah, speaking of
Stepping
Speaking
out.
of the Primal Beast as well, he's gonna go for the Heart build, the Blade Mill into Heart build that's been, you know, becoming way more popular as well. We used to always see the BKB builds, but I like this build more. You just become incredibly tanky, and you can lead the way for your team. It doesn't matter if you get initiated upon as well. A stun wouldn't, you know, if you get Primal Roared and don't get your BKB out, you could be in a spot of trouble. But with Heart, that's not really a concern.
Yeah, just so incredibly tanky. Like right now, what's he? 2700 HP before the heart's completed. Gonna be cracking 3k soon, but he is being looked at. Liquid, I'll go on top of him. And Stormstormer way out in the open. He knows he's dead. Just stands there and accepts his fate.
Yeah, that gank was, you know, it was going to arrive somewhere right there. We saw even Watson running back to base and getting mana refilled as they didn't see anyone on the map. A little bit spooky. But in the end, it's going to be Stormstormer who goes down. And he was only 70 gold away from Heart. So really untimely death for him.
And a pretty big streak as well, right? That was over 1,000 gold going to Liquid there. It's down at bottom. Kataomi being run at by Boxy. Get the Solar Bind on him. And to throw out the calling to try and silence them up, and even swapping Kataomi out with Fisherman's help. They disengage from Liquid's aggression.
They're staying safe, but at the same time, it's Liquid taking over the map here. And we see that, you know, gold lead that they had before on the side of Entity here kind of just disappear. And more importantly, Roche control is lacking for them. And we could see an early Roche when you have Beastmaster as well. They're now playing towards top. If they can remove the tier 1 tower, that would be a very safe time for them to start thinking about rushing.
And the big swing up top here. Entity all gathering up. Stormstormer is under an observer ward on that left side of the map, though. We'll see if, or what Liquid do with that little bit of information. 2 supports showing on the tower. An Entity, 4 heroes strong up here. Just missing the ATF Doom.
Yeah. Smoke coming in though, but yeah, they know about this. Just charging away. Everybody playing safe. And that's the value of having that deep vision planted by Nature's Prophet. We'll see if they can turn this into anything still though. Liquid hanging around with Shadow Amulet trying to break it.
Hiding away in the shadows, eh? I don't want to relinquish control of this Roche pit though. They're still around.
It's going to move bottom though, so it's bottom they need to control. Top is now a forfeit area, and they're going to go through mass through the portal and take over bottom. This is, you know, 10 seconds until Roshan moves down here, so this area is more valuable.
Yeah, Liquid scan, they ping the portal, they know what's up. And down in the bottom right corner, somewhere that Liquid already has preemptive ward coverage. Not being dealt with here by Entity, so they'll see Stormstormer and they'll have a pretty good idea that Roshan is going to be started by Entity.
Yeah, they're going for it now. This has been in the making for a little while as they've been positioning for it. They're going to use meta and commit. And this gives time though for Liquid to go over there and react if they want to. It's not the fastest Roshan ever. But looks like they're just going to say, okay, we put pressure towards top, we farm and keep building towards items. They got the blink on Beast. He's working on a BKB because there's so much magical damage as well on the side of Entity. You got the calling, the Primal Beast. There's just a lot of things.
And Mickey still not feeling super comfortable just yet. As he sat in 5th position, net worth-wise. Looking at his Manta style next. I'm waiting for that Wisdom Rune to pop up.
Got an Invis. Boxy, can you take this? Spam clicking? He got it. Stormstormer, he's like, what? Where's my rune? He throws the taunt.
Who the hell is over here?
And
over the other rune, Fishman, he went forward. He wanted that other Wisdom Rune, but Liquid, they were ready and waiting. Maybe another catch now. Just the TP out there from the Doom.
Yeah, not quite yet. Not going to be able to get that one. They do have the full solar now, I believe, on Nature's Prophet coming out. So not going for any form of disable here. They are kind of relying heavily on the Beastmaster and Void Spirit to stop TP outs. That's one concern I have with the drafts. Like, just clicking your TP, as Amar has done, you know, multiple times this game already, is a very effective way to survive.
And his waves goodbye. Back to Fountain he goes. And back to farming. Now, what does this Aegis for Entity give them? Is this more breathing room to farm your TB up? Is this a pushing Aegis?
It's probably going to be farming for like 2 more minutes and then it's going to be a push. We'll see him go towards the Eye of Skadi as well, but I don't think he's going to get it in time. That said though, Watson Does farm really fast, but yeah, I suspect that you want to get at least the tier 1 mid and bottom open, because for all that Entity has been doing well in this game, they only got 1 tower so far, as opposed to the 2 towers taken by Liquid, and the map control is really a big part of TB. If you take away enemy outer towers, you can farm everywhere with your illusions, and it's hard to punish that with gameplay.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how this Nature's Prophet now, doesn't care treants too much, can just put a sprout on a creep wave, help out on his own wave, clear it out, keep these lanes pushed away from objectives.
Mickey doing an interesting build on PA. This is very different from what I'm used to seeing. I mean, this is not something that I've never seen before. The Manta style PA used to be a thing, especially when the minus armor talent was there and the illusions gave minus armor as well. But in this game, I don't feel like it's that absurdly strong here. Curious to why he wants the Manta style here.
Yeah, it's like not too much you can dispel.
Yeah, you can dispel the calling silence, and I don't know, you can get rid of the reflection, wave of terror. I mean, there are some things, Infernal Blade, sure, but there's not like one major thing like a treant ulti or something that usually is what prompts Manta styles on PA.
He's seen the TB and like, oh, okay, yeah, you get illusions, you're gonna split push and keep the waves out. I'm gonna get them as well.
Yeah, he's also going for the Linken's next, which I'm completely in line with. I think that's a very, very good item this game. There's crazy amount of heroes that are countered by Linken's here. So we also see it queued up for Nisha on his Void Spirit. So gonna be double Manta into Linken Sphere builds, as Manta is coming out for Void Spirit now. Just finished it.
Very nice. What entity? Did they see? Oh, they did see Insania. He tried to loop in behind with a TP and a ward place, but he's been scouted out here, trying to rope-a-dope and wrap through the trees, but Fishman's here. Allow Amar and Watson to gather up the kill.
But it's all space though. Nisha goes in for the tower. You trade your Nature's Prophet for 1 tower.
That's another situation where it's just Insania making noise on the map, right? Just going out there and doing some nonsense, create a bit of chaos. This wide map that they're playing.
He's messing with them a bit, but that does mean that his deep ward that he tried to TP in place there is going to get immediately dewarded by Fishman. And honestly, I can't believe how much gold you get for dewarding nowadays. 196 gold at minute 24 for 1 deward. It's pretty impactful, dude, getting your wards moved like that.
Do not get my D-wards nerfed.
Nerf it.
It's the only way I can afford boots.
All right, so Watson got his Eye of Skadi now. We're gonna move on from this topic, but I'll slide a DM to Ice Watson got his Eye of Skadi with the Aegis still up for 1 minute here on the Terrorblade. This could be a good time to push, but the cutoff here.
Oh yeah, I mean Liquid, they just swarm that top rune spot. Clear through Kataomi, Stormer, he's onto Boxy. The Cottle gonna get a bit of distance with a Glimmer Cape to shift away. Amar doomed up Nisha on the right-hand side as the Boar's looking at Fishman. The Illuminate and Mickey's jump gonna clear through him. As the cancel on there will get the Beastmaster cut up in their damage. Entity, they lose 2, get the Beastmaster kill. Mickey sticking around though. The first Skadi hit missing.
He doesn't have a Hurricane Pike on the Terrorblade yet, and he might queue one up if we keep seeing these sprouts coming out. So, no Quelling Blade, no Hurricane Pike, he just gets stuck there. They make the best out of a bad situation on the side of Entity, but that does mean that they don't get to group up for a tier 2 tower push. Aegis is going to be a timing that they waste here. Meta was expended again, so overall a great engagement for Team Liquid there. Catching them on the way to the tier 1 or tier 2 top tower was a really great move.
Really stemming the flow. Entity. Watson's got to wait another minute and a half. Just back to farming Ancients. Even more room to maneuver here for Liquid.
Yeah,
oh,
we see just Insania always, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Insania just taking the dangerous area. He's always hanging out there, and he can farm or just run around. So Amar does see that it was farmed though.
What's this funny business down here?
The thing is, he doesn't know how many people are here, right? There are so many people playing off map right now, and when you're not showing people on the lanes, even PA pushing out lanes is not really showing with the blur. It becomes very scary for you to initiate. Even though you see Nature's Prophet down there, how many people are behind him? You don't know.
I've got no idea. He was even like faking the portal as well, sending a treant, cancelling, sending a treant to the portal.
Fishman in trouble. Gonna run under a ward here as well. Nature's Prophet's 5 seconds cooldown for TP. They don't even need him, I think, though.
I mean, Boxy gonna try and go for the solo kill. I mean, he may have just had it, I don't know if Zai was required, but
yeah,
the raw.
the game is a little bit slower paced, so just using your roar, secure the kill quickly, and back to farming is, you know, there's no shame in that. But yeah, I think he was dead no matter what there.
Well, that's a pretty big tier 3 item. TB gets himself a Titan Sliver.
Oh, that's a nice one. At the same time, PA is choosing right now what's it gonna be. A lot of good different options for PA on tier 3. So we'll see what he ends up going for the Vindicator Axe. Fantastic in this game. You have a lot of stuns, you have silences. If you get doomed, you just get, you know, extra damage for the entirety of the doom.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, that's a cool item.
Yeah, even slow resistance built in now. I can't believe that it got that added as well. I felt like it was already such a good item.
We sat back in the pocket, like Liquid kind of defensively postured here, just defending bottom tier 2 for their heroes on their side of the map, and it's just boxing out there, gathering up some lotuses, being a bit of a pest. And we'll get de-warded finally.
We saw a fake out TP by Insania, faking they would TP in to try and steal Wisdom Rune again, and Stormstormer, he was licking his lips, but nah, gets cancelled. On the other hand, though, we see Liquid here take out an early Torment, or I say early. Minute 28 is pretty early in pro games. You usually, you know, don't focus them so much, and of course the other Tormentor was also taken by Entity.
And who got the shard? Nisha did, eh?
Yeah, Nisha got it. I think they already have shard on the Caudal. So prioritizing getting that recall available, such a nice thing in a game like this for split pushing.
And Beastmaster, I mean, top of the net worth in your team. Cracking 17k, has his BKB Blink, Aghanim Scepter, and Halberd is not that far away. A really great tool here against the Terrorblade.
Tier 2 gets taken out cleanly and they back out on the side of Entity, so 5.5k gold to spend here on TB. Think he's gonna go for the full Silver Edge soon and just get a source of break as well against the PA. Also pretty good against the Beastmaster. Break stops his ulti, or his Aghanims, the Drums of Slum.
Oh.
So it's a decent way to try and mitigate his healing.
Super useful. Insane yet again. Wrong side of the tracks. TP's back. Nothing lost there. Down bottom, 3 cores gathered up. Still playing under this bottom side observer ward, trying to give them a bit of coverage. DD rune up for Nisha, hoping someone comes down bottom, so maybe guard this tower. But Entity, I'm not falling into any kind of traps here, just playing around Terrorblade. Keep Watson comfortable.
Yeah, they're playing around him. They're waiting, right, because he didn't have his courier. His courier is respawning now. So he actually changed his mind. Not going Silver Edge, goes for the MKB instead. So instead of having the break, just wants to focus down on this PA harder. I think it might be a good idea because of the Lincolns on PA, just securing that at least TB will win the man fight against her. Because you might have a hard time landing good spells on her. Smoke move now coming out side of Entity. And we see all of Liquid already leave the area and run away. But Roshan is going to spawn in just 45 seconds here. So this smoke is not just to try and find a kill, it's to try to take over the bottom area, and we will see Liquid try and contest. They basically have to go there as well with a smoke.
Yeah, you can see the gears of war turning as well. TB Illusion's trying to push mid, top lane pushing in naturally, and then you've got the D-push out of the Cottle, spamming Illuminate, Treants and Sprouts being used. It's kind of war of attrition to try and push waves across the river, so you have that bit of open map space to contest Roshan, which Liquid are setting themselves up to do. Nature's Prophet has TP to come down here when the time is right. Yeah, but Entity the ones in the spot already.
Slam the creep wave, trying to get the creeps, but the wraparound here by Liquid. Look at Zai going deep.
No, what's he up to? Who's he going to find here?
He has Blink as well, so he's looking for the best target on the backline.
Entity just sent their Doom up top.
Oh, they see his bird. They see his bird, even though he's smoked.
Oh, you're right, the bird shows.
Oh my god, that's unfortunate.
Howdy, fellas.
That's so bad. He gets revealed in his own smoke by his own summon there.
That's unfortunate. Just comes out and dives on people. And they will re-smoke though. Heading back towards Roche, who has respawned, and Watson's in the pit already. Boar scouts them out initially.
It's revealing him again though.
Yeah. Oh, this Hawk, why are you not smoked, buddy? You're meant to be hidden.
This is awkward for him, man. He's trying to find an angle to jump, but they know exactly where Zai is.
Yeah, he's right next to his bird. Well, the Hawk's gone. Roshan down to around half HP. Liquid still struggling to kind of poke themselves into the pit. Stormstormer is such a strong barrier right in front of Entity here. They can't break past him. They've got to go around him. Try and tunnel under him. I don't know. It's difficult to really gain access to this.
Trying to go
Watson. He's still going for Roche. Will-O-Wisp being focused down by Stormstormer. There's the Doom on the Void Spirit. Doom and Primal straight towards Nisha. In the Roche pit, they'll kill him off. Fisherman and Kataomi have been blown up, though, as Liquid, they re-enter, but the Sunder is there, and Watson takes down Zai. Liquid, difficult times now as Roshan's close to death. Mickey maybe looking for a steal or a snipe. He goes onto Amar. BKB's up. PA can't get the job done, and Age is grabbed by Stormstormer. Now Boxy under invis, but dying little by little, time over time. Amar's going to find him eventually with the onslaught. Stormstormer gets the takedown.
Oh man, that looked like it was going to be such a good fight for Team Liquid. The way it started out, they got some nice pickoffs with some really like surgical cut around there, trying to set up these wraparounds despite the whole Beastmaster ordeal with his smoke. If it wasn't for that smoke thing, I think it would be easier for them to find an initiation, but at the end of the day, they just didn't have a great solution to TB just standing in the Roche pit and fighting up against the Roche. They couldn't get on him because of the swap.
I mean, being griefed by your own pet.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you smoke after you summon the bird, does it still break its own smoke by attacking and dive bombing? Because I feel like just don't cast it after you smoke, but I think he cast it before he was smoked, and it just reveals itself before the hero does. So, yeah, that was highly unfortunate for Liquid, and I've never seen that interaction, to be honest, so that's just a little bit sad for them.
Yeah, pretty wild. Well, now we've got Aegis in the hands of Stormstormer. Cheese is there for Amar's Doom. Not handing anything over to Watson, who is pretty stacked. His inventory, not too much left to swap out.
Right? Like they're adding the Aghanim Scepter on the side of Primal Beasts and almost a full Shivas as well coming in. So he's going to be incredibly disruptive. And that break from the Aghanims is going to be fantastic against PA. Because it's hard not to get hit by it. And you don't have to rely on, you know, Silver Edge to get close to her or anything. He just needs to go in the center of the fight. He probably will hit her.
Yeah, and Stormstormer adding in the boots of travel as well, being able to come back and deal with Insania when he's doing nonsense moves like he is now. And go for the tier 2 mid currently. Liquid not really looking to mount a proper defense of this, just going to chuck a few spells. Will-O-Wisp and Illuminate. Look to do as much as they can. Insania does cut the wave, while up at top, Amar being chased down by Nisha. Zai TPing up here with a Prophet as well. Doom will BKB himself. Quite a bit of physical damage, and Mickey will come in to finish him off. He wasted Doom as well there, hey?
Yeah, he threw it out. I mean, it doesn't make a big difference as he doesn't have buyback, but I guess if he did, then they would have to respect the Doom potential. Mid, trying to catch more, but nice swap to safety.
What a pest. Insania comes here, cuts the wave, stops the tier 2 push, so they didn't need to defend with heroes, really, in the mid lane.
Yeah, the illusions are just absolutely cutting all the creep waves here, trying to, you know, not lose anything despite losing Doom top. Good job by Entity, like, holding this despite that feed, because this is not gonna really lead to more objectives, just time to farm for Liquid.
Insania back to his favorite spot.
Is it on the enemy side of the map? Yes,
yeah.
It's bottom, yes.
These 2 camps down here, very, very efficient from him. I do have that Shiva's guard up now. Yeah, you're right. I guess the breakdown onto Stormstormer. This Fananai is pretty good against this tanky Primal Beast. Stormstormer, though, 4,500 HP. Not really too bothered by it. While Nisha, he's gone in there onto Fishman, but seen Watson and realizing that's not a fight he really wants to take. Look for the angle with the rest of his team as they roar up Watson. This could be a big one if they can chain the stuns and get the damage in. Stormstormer's coming. Watson with a Manta. Tries to turn with the Sunder and the BKB. Watson! Oh, the pushback! He's still alive! The TB's out of there. Nisha can't get the angle to hunt him down. Meanwhile, Zai fighting Stormstormer and dying. Oh, Entity, they've got this fight in the bag. Down goes Nisha. Stormstormer with a triple kill.
Oh my god, the Hurricane Pike pushing himself back there. I can't believe Watson got out. Boxy gets a TP out here nicely, so he's not going to go down. But meanwhile, Nature's Prophet also not safe as the 2 supports of Entity are going to run him down. If they got the TB there, I mean, maybe you could have said that that was worth it, but I can't believe that they even tried to jump on the Primal Beast to begin with. He had Aegis on top lane.
Yeah, pretty risky move. An Entity now knowing there's a pretty big window here. 3 heroes dead. We know they've not got buyback. This tier 3 mid looking... Oh, it's going to get shut down pretty quickly.
Yeah, they still have meta. They didn't use meta during the fight, so he still has it here for the push. Gonna pop it, run up on the higher ground. Caudle doing all he can to try and stop these people, but I mean, you got 20 seconds without any teammate alive, so mid is definitely looking like it's gonna fall.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Blinding Light doing
down tier
the
3.
best he can.
Even diving into tier 4 there. Stormer looking for Boxy. They do have the backdoor regen
they're doing
kick in.
the courier thing. Oh my god,
right.
Nisha did the courier thing on mid, and now they don't have creep wave, so delaying it a little bit, but there's a top creep wave too. They needed more people to try and pull more creep waves.
They glyph it.
I mean, they might pull
HP
melee
left.
Rex because of it, maybe?
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe with Nisha and Boxy. They get aggressive, but the racks will fall. Stormer pops out there. A little bit of Aghanims action.
They're behind though, Insania.
Yeah, you're right. He's trying to backstab here. Pop the drums. An Entity looking for that swift escape. Nisha doesn't want to allow them. We'll catch up to Fishman, get on top of him with Mickey's help there, thanks to the dagger, but TP's out from the rest of Entity, gives them safety.
Ultimately, the courier move resulted in 1 kill on the Vengeful, right? Like, otherwise they would have easily backed out in time. It made it so that their push was slow enough, so they get something. It's such a 5-head thing to do, man. Not all teams think about this in a situation like that. But Liquid, they've done it many times before as well. Always ready with the courier micro. I didn't even notice it at first.
Yeah, it's like, where's the creeps? Why is
I don't think
regen
Entity
kicked
noticed
in?
it either, to be honest. It's like, you don't think about it, because there's no illusion. It doesn't really show on the map that much. It's just a courier.
It's like one of those things you want to think ahead, like 40 seconds or so. Get your courier in position, send it around.
Yeah, it's really a core player thing to do as well, I should say, because when you're higher level, your courier gets more HP. So it's easier to do it as a core player. If you're a support, more likely your courier is gonna die to it. I mean, you can do it, but yeah, just easier.
Get your shield, your speed burst. More tools to use.
Gotta be careful about shielding though. I've seen people try and do that thing and then they use shield and it de-aggroes the creeps. And then the creeps will push again. So it's a bit of a double-edged thing to use the shield.
So what's worth more, the creeps not being here or my courier's life?
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of wind in the sails still for Entity. This Terrorblade is an absolute monster up the top of the net worth. Where do you go from here? I guess Ags, Shard, and Upgrade?
Yeah, I think the Aghanim Shard is definitely nice. I think Aghanim's Scepter is probably second. Yeah, so he got the Shard sent out now. It already has 7.5k gold. He is so incredibly rich. I think Aghanim's Scepter is worth more than Moonshard. Because that fear in team fights can be really, really valuable. Great control against all of Team Liquid. But we'll see. I mean, Moonshard will also be a nice damage increase.
Now, what did he do? He sold his treads, picks up the Silver Edge now. Got an additional break for the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, of course. Still had the treads to replace as well. Caudle on
10
top
seconds.
lane. Trying to keep it out, but you gotta be careful as well when you're playing against this Primal Beast level 25. He went for the cannot be slowed or rooted during trample talent. Oh, the TP bottom.
Yeah,
Insania.
found out Insania.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing the dangerous parts of the map, right? He's trying to split push, trying to keep the lanes out. He knows if he doesn't do it, the game gets really scary.
And now knowing Stormer has bots too, he's going to be involved anywhere on the map.
And I think they'll have it soon on the Doom as well, maybe.
Nisha's towing the line there. He was lurking around seeing if anybody's covering this Primal Beast. Besides, instead, just to clear through the creep wave.
Using the ninja gear a little bit aggressively there, scouting for anything. They're going for the rapier, by the way, on PA. Going back to PA a bit and talking about her. She is currently just 1,100 gold away. And they get the last hit as well, so only needs 1,000 now.
All right, Mickey's had a pretty quiet game. 1, 5, and 7. And he's farming decently well, staying in that top pack of 4 or 5 heroes.
It's a tough game, dude. Like, even if he gets the rapier, it's not gonna be that easy to one-shot the heroes on the side of Entity. Like, yeah, you're a PA, I get that. It's, you know, I respect the damage output she has. But it's a Heart Shiva's Blade Mail, importantly, Primal Beast. That's scary to go on as a PA. TB, he has 45 armor. And then you have Doom as well, who has an Assault Cuirass. So he's also sitting at close to 40 armor and 3,700 HP. So yeah, it's going to be big for her, and I think it's the correct play. But it doesn't necessarily threaten Entity as much as it would if they had a squishier draft.
Wave of Terror, it says total damage. It's not base damage reduction, so that includes the rapier damage as well. It reduces. Oh, hang on a second. Watson, he's walked into Nisha there. Liquid, not quite sure where the Terrorblade's hiding under that Silver Edge cover. Now they do move in with Stormstormer, breaking up the fight, getting in onto Zai. Liquid trying to recover this bit of high ground by the Twin Gate, but Stormstormer just brushing everything off. Drops his shoulder, charges in, nothing stopping him. In the back, Nisha looking at Kataomi, but silenced and caught out a little bit as Mickey, we toyed with the idea of jumping in, but look at this trio of core heroes from Entity just swarm forward, and the damage from the TB. They've got the refresh up. Amar, he's in onto the PA. Maybe a deny, no, not available. This is dangerous times for Liquid now as Entity just swarm into this bottom corner of the map. Stormstormer fighting into Nisha. This Primal Beast is unstoppable. Yeah, Watson picks up a double. Boxy, the only survivor, but he's still doomed and might in fact die and have the full 5-man wipe. There it is.
Still, Rapier on the ground. They haven't taken it yet. They're still over here.
Where?
Waiting. PA killed it by Lotus Pool. TB is currently a little bit busy trying to take Roche, but he's so low in HP as well.
But he's also got to consider what item to swap for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a stressful situation though, as 4 enemy heroes are dead. Coddle using the buyback as well. I mean, Amar is going for a dive right now. Look at him, he's heading over to the fountain.
Amar just waltzing into enemy base.
That fight, it was really well played by Watson, doing a job trying to zone the PA, running her down. Even as she was in blur, Watson had a good idea of where she was, and he was just running at her, intimidating her. Ultimately, she tried to jump over on the Primal Beast, didn't manage to burst him, and then they just get the Doom on the PA, and that's the fight over. At that point, she's gonna die.
Oh, Nisha's got his courier in position. The Aghanim's Donkey's ready to try and drag waves. But Entity are already in your base.
Too many creep waves. It's every single lane.
It's very challenging now. I mean, Watson is sitting here, taking down that bottom lane, and it should be Megas. As Entity force out the glyph from Liquid, just slowing down the push onto the tier 4s for now.
I want to see a trample damage from the Divine Rapier Primal Beast. They're still holding on here. Liquid not tapping out, even though they get mega creeped and 42,000 gold lead after losing the Rapier there as well. I just want to see how much damage the trample does now, dude. Because it's 55% of your attack damage, right? So what is he sitting at? 600 damage, so 360 damage per tick. Yep.
So 2-shot in creep waves, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, hello. Insane is TP'd forward. Opens things up for Mickey, but he gets jumped and doomed. They've caught PA out completely. Silence, shot down. Kataomi puts the target on the PA's back and clears him out. And it looks like Liquid, yeah, they're going to call it. They lose this fight. It was their last chance. One more shot. And they tap out with the GGs up against Entity, who take game 1.
Yeah, you got to respect that they, try until the very end.